Like nobody wants a nagger. Like
It sounds like you're trying to say something else, but I
give
digress.
me a sign. No naggers. No naggers allowed. I feel like with that, it's complicated.
Hmm,
It's
why so?
complicated because, well, one, if you don't understand your spouse, then you'll feel like your spouse is nagging about everything. And then two, because some of the stuff that y'all ask for us to do can sound like it's nagging.
Who is y'all?
Like women in general.
Like he just, yeah. Who is
Like
y'all?
women in general. Like
Hmm.
some of the stuff that y'all say, I guess because the way that y'all say it, it
Hmm.
sounds very like you're nagging. Because nagging can go multiple ways. Like it's the whole trying to tell me what I need to do, or like you being too persistent when you asking me to do some stuff, and it's like, but then you're gonna still do it yourself. So it's like you nagging me to go do something, but you're gonna do it on your own.
Yeah, because you're
So
taking too long.
see, that's the thing. See, that leads into I needed for you to say that so it can lead into my next follow up thing.
Hmm.
The thing about that is I'm not your child.
That's fine. I'm not asking you to be,
So,
but
oh no, but when you say stuff certain ways, it's like you trying to son me.
no, that's how you view it.
Yeah, because when you say things a certain way, you sound like you're trying to son me.
This sounds like such a trauma speaking.
That's all men in general. We don't
That
want you to
okay? Well,
son
it's
us.
all that's your own trauma and ego.
It's not about an ego
It
thing.
is
If you
because
because
I
if
think
you
it comes from your perspective. Because if I'm telling you, I think okay. Here's the thing, because some women do is very demanding, and everything they want done, they want it done right this second. I think you have to communicate the urgency. If it's something that you are needing now or you need done today, I think you need to clarify that. But if it's not something that needs to be attended to, like in like no specific time frame, then you can leave it. But I do think it is in the way that you say it.
mm-hmm.
But I also think it's part of how you say it, and the other part is how the other person perceives it. I think that goes into people's love language.
Yeah.
So some people are very direct, like, "Hey, I need this done. I need this." Like I'm so busy, and my thing is, in my mind, I have a lot of things going on. So once I say something, I tell
And
them
a
that all
lot
the
of things you
time.
want me to do.
I'm over it. I've said it. I moved on. Right. So if I come back and double back to that, and it's not done, I'm kind of like, what happened? Because I know I said it, or did I not say it? Because sometimes I be tripping. I be like, I think I said something I didn't, or I said it out loud to myself and I forgot to say it to him. So now I'm like, okay, well, what had happened? And I, what was happening was I wasn't given a time frame on when I wanted it done, right? So he was like, oh, okay, to get to it. Mark has a very, I'm gonna get to it when I get to it, and sometimes that don't work for me because you get into it 3 days from now. I'm in my mind, I'm trying to get this done tomorrow, and I don't have time to be waiting on you. And if I gotta wait on you, I'm gonna do it myself. Don't worry about it. Like, and then when I stop asking you to do stuff, you're like, well, you could have just said something, yeah, but you taking your sweet time and you not even doing it. So
See
I'm
that, but that be the assumption. See, that's the problem with women right there. Yeah, because
wow.
I mean, you're doing it
Doing
like
what?
you're not nagging, but you're letting the conversation flow. And once you letting it flow, I'm just letting you get it all out, and then it's like, let me like counteract that. That's the problem with women right there because it's like y'all are mamas, we get it, but you're not my mama, fam. Like I
Why
will
does it
do
keep
it.
going back to your mother? It has nothing to do with me trying to control you. It's you're affecting my schedule. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to get something done, and I'm asking for your help to get this thing done. I'm not trying to control you, but I can't move on sometimes to the next task until this. So I'm on a time limit. Like
So are you saying that women have a very my way or the highway mentality?
some do, but I think some do. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, no, yeah, some women do have a like. It's very much so my way or the highway. But I think men need to understand that sometimes it's literally because this affects what I'm trying. Like I'm trying to get something done for the whole house, and you not understanding, because then you gonna come like, well, why wasn't it done? Well, it wasn't done because I asked you to help me do this, and you didn't, and now you looking at me crazy. Okay, well, you didn't do it, so that's why it's not done.
So do you feel like that's like a toxic trait of women
No, I think
to have a very my way or the highway
it's
mentality?
not my. Okay, so if I say, because I'm trying to think of something that I might ask you to do.
That's not hard. Like,
Why it's not hard?
cause you always asking me to do some shit.
Like, ain't nobody always asking you to do stuff.
Cap.
When was the last time I asked you to do something?
Bro, you just sitting up in here screaming earlier today talking about this a bug in here. Like
You think that's different? It was a bug. Like, what is that? Like, somebody finna get it. Like, it's 3 boys in this house. I'm not finna be, somebody come get it. I don't really care who, but somebody needs to come get it. Like, what is this? If I ask you, I'm really trying to think of something I could pop, but because I can't, because now if I really need him to do something, okay, so let's say when we first started the podcast, right?
mm-hmm.
And I said, okay, I need you to edit the video. Now in my mind, like, because Mark, he's like, okay, but now he's still gonna do it when he want to do it. If I'm like, okay, we dropped Thursday, I particularly like to have the edits so I can start dropping the clips, like so I can start getting the clips by Wednesday so I can kind of know. And now it's more about Tuesday because I like to do the teasers, right, on Wednesday and then go into Thursday. So if I'm saying, okay, I might tell him on Saturday, like, or Sunday, hey, I need you to go ahead and edit
But see,
the
this the
podcast.
thing.
No, because you know,
Nope, nope, because this the thing. Most of the time, 9 times out of 10, I edit the podcast
not
on
all the
Sunday.
yeah, but not all the
But if it's
time.
busy, then I don't edit. I don't get a chance to edit it until Tuesday.
Not all the time.
It's very seldomly that I edit it on Wednesday. But if I'm editing it on Wednesday, that's because it's been very busy, so I had no choice but to do it on.
It's sometimes. Mark, you work on Mark. Don't you work very much on your schedule?
Because my life is very schedulely
But
oriented.
you work on your schedule, and sometimes,
I'm
like
a
I try to
business
tell
owner.
him, sometimes that don't work for my schedule.
So it's my
Right?
way or the
It's
highway.
not my way
We're
or the
going back to
highway.
this
It's not my
therapy question.
how is it my way or the
Because if I
highway?
don't do my job ahead of time, then you can't do your job, is what you're
But I
saying.
can I not? Because then you're gonna be like, well, why wasn't our promotion done? It's like because I didn't get the clip. So now I'm rushing to get them done on Thursday, but realistically, the episode already dropped. I'm not gonna get it done until the clip. I have to review them. I have to go through. I have to edit. That takes time. So it might be 2-3 days before I get back to it. And now we about to drop another episode, and ain't no promotion been done. Now you're looking at me like, well, I dropped the ball, but did I? Because I asked you to get it to like, could you get it done? And you took your time instead of. So now I'll say, can we like? Is it possible that I could get it done by Monday so I could start? Because the thing is with him doing the episodes, it'll take him all day, and it's not because it takes him all day, but to upload it from the computer that takes hours. Mm-hmm. So he can start it on Tuesday, but let's say he started Tuesday afternoon, he probably won't get it uploaded all the way until Tuesday night. So now I'm going into Wednesday before I can even upload the clip and start going through them and edit. So now I'm not gonna get none of the clips until possibly Thursday. Now I gotta figure out how to schedule them, which ones I want to go where. Now it's Friday. Because that's not the only thing that I'm gonna zoom in and focus on. I have 3 businesses to, like, I'm still his assistant, so I'm still answering telephone calls, I'm still scheduling cars, I'm homeschooling, so I got kids, medicines and speech therapy, I still have to cook dinner, clean the house. You schedule, I'm scheduled. So I need this done. And I only say that if I know it's a busy week for me. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, Is
So
it
you're saying that
possible?
we need to communicate a actual schedule for the podcast stuff.
At the beginning, yeah. Because I think it was more of a thing at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I had to explain, like, it's not like I'm just like, you need to do it, but I'm telling you why. And I think sometimes I think guys perceive it as, because again, I'm not saying all women. Some women do. A lot of women do have it's on my way or the highway. I don't feel like that was ever my intent, but I'm very scheduled. I've always been a scheduled person. So I have things in my mind that I need to do by certain times. And if they don't get done, I don't know when I'm gonna come back to it, because I tell them all the time I've moved on. So that thing got pushed to the back of the list. So the back of the list could be later today, or the back of the list could be 3 days from now. You choose if you want to miss. Like because if I don't, and I do that because I tell women all the time, to get your life organized, you need to have a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a part of it. That was never my intent. But when you would take it, like, I'm gonna do it like I'm not your mom. I'm not trying to be. But what you're doing it is I'm depending on you right now. So like now you're messing up my schedule. And I feel like I'm giving you enough time to do it. But if it's something, now I did have to realize, if it's something I really needed him to do today, you got to say that. And I think a
Yeah,
lot of
you
women
gonna
don't
tell me
say,
that, so it's like gonna
yeah,
get it done now, so we can get it out the way. And I
yeah.
think that was the part that like helped it out, because at
Because
first
early
it
in the
just seemed
relationship, that used
like
to drive
that
me nuts.
you just want me to do it directly when you want me to do it. Like drop everything I'm doing at this moment and do
Yeah,
it. And it's like, well, that's kind of sort of not how it works,
yeah.
because like I still got to upload it to the computer. Once I upload it to one computer, then I got to transfer it over to the other computer.
Mm-hmm.
Then on top of transferring over to the other computer, I got to find me something to watch while I'm in the process of doing it. So, and then not only just that, on top of that, like through the process of it, some of the time saying God want me to come in there, play the game with him, or he want me to interact with him. So it's like it's still doing that. Or most of the time when I get ready to start editing, 9 times out of 10, like I didn't woke up that morning, I didn't cleaned the bathroom, I done did stuff with the boys. So I'm like, all right, let me go in there and edit, because that's like a routine to a certain extent.
Yeah. No, but even like at the beginning of the relationship, I think it used to burn me up. I think that was just like probably like the most
Just the most recent
recent in like the
thing.
past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But like at the beginning of the relationship, it really used to burn me up, because I'm like, what happened? Right. And that's when I learned, I tell women all the time, you have to be specific, because men only hear certain things. Like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like y'all only zoom in on certain things. So you could say, hey, can you wash the dishes? Right. And he was like, yeah, okay. You didn't, and then like you go into tomorrow, you wake up, let's say you getting ready to go to work, and you look and the dishes is still in there. And you like, what the hell? I thought I actually washed dishes and he didn't do it.
But I
And
am
now,
going to
yeah,
watch
and so
them.
it's like he's
Like,
like, I'm gonna do it, and now y'all arguing about, well, when you gonna do it, because I asked you this last night, and the whole thing was you didn't tell him when you wanted it done. Like, hey, is it possible that you could wash the dishes tonight? Because if you wanted them done specifically in a time frame, then you have to say that. Because again, I think it goes back to understanding that your spouse is not a mind reader,
yeah.
and I think a lot of women, we sometimes forget that y'all are not mind readers, but I think men do it as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I think because men are, I think it is ego a lot of the times. Like, where you're not my mom, I'm not trying to be like, that's not even what this is. I
It's
think
not an
it
ego thing. It
just,
depends on how you say it.
I think, I
It's not
sometimes,
majority of the time. It's depending on how you're saying it. Because there's ways to say every single thing. Like there's ways to say it, but it's like I told you to take out the trash. All right, first of all, you're not my mama. I'm gonna take out the trash in a second. It's the way that you say it, because it's like, all right, I wanted you to take out the trash like right now. You could have said like, you could take out the trash right now, instead of just, I told you to take out the trash. Yeah, I get you already told me that, but bro, I
but
could,
that's what I'm saying. I think that's where it
like it
comes
comes down
from.
to it's multiple ways that you can say it to where it doesn't sound like that you're nagging Are you sounding like somebody's mother?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I think we forget to put a time frame of when we want these things done because you're expecting them to kind of read your mind like, oh, I'm just gonna assume that you want it done now, or okay, I'm gonna do it when I want to, right? And then for some women, they will be like, I, and I can see why, but some women don't always just say it nicely either. Like they can tell you to do something and be like, well, because I know a lot of women have the complaint of, I always got to tell you, and it's like, well, yeah, you got to tell him because how else will he know, right? And
And I think that's a big problem too.
well,
Because to say that women like to communicate, y'all damn sure don't like to communicate important stuff. If it's important to y'all, like that y'all really want us to do some shit or get something done, y'all want us to reach our mind.
I agree with that.
And it's like, y'all supposed to be so smart, so communicate that shit. What this is when you're supposed
I
to
don't think
show
that
that you're
they're
smart.
not
Like
communicating. I think it's the way that they're communicating incorrectly. Because again, women use a lot of words.
to
So
tell
that's
a
why I
to tell a
tell women
what's the
to
word I'm
stop
looking
using so many words.
for?
Just
Telepathic.
tell him what you need and when you need it and move on. Because you have to, because y'all, I feel like men are simple minded, and I mean that in absolutely no
No, we are.
shade.
Like, no, we are.
And
We don't need all the extra jibber jabber. We very black and white.
yeah, like
It's
so,
very straight
too
to the
many
point.
words, you lose them.
Yeah.
Like it's too
Unless it's
much.
something interesting. But if it's not something interesting, then it's like, bro, like you said all that to say what? Like
That part you said all that to say what? So that's why I tell him like save all the extra stuff for like when you're talking to your friends about why he getting on your nerves. Keep it to what you want and when you want it done, specific, and move on. Because when you start, that's what makes them feel like you're. That's the nagging part. Me particularly, I don't really care if because and I'm saying like I don't care from the aspect of if it's something that I'm needing from you, I need it. So I can't be afraid to ask
mm-hmm.
for what I need, and you don't want to get to the point where you feel like you can't depend on your spouse, because at this point, what do I have you here for if I cannot depend on you? This is supposed to be a team thing. So if I'm scared to voice the things that I need from you and I need help and I need you to do these things, then now it's a breakdown in the relationship.
Over
Because now
trash. Like
over
like
trash.
cause boys
Now
should
I
go
feel
take
like
the
men
trash out.
taking like yelling at somebody for taking the trash out. As a man, I feel like that's something you see that trash for.
Man, it got two more, three more push downs before we can go outside.
Yeah, but you don't know that if this is when it goes to knowing your spouse. Some people can like that's fine, whatever. Some people can't. They like it's full, take it out, right? Some people just have a thing of they take it out every day. I don't think it's an issue. I just think it needs to be communicated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, hey, I like the trash taken out every day. Is that possible that you could do it at the end of every day? And if you say no, then that's the conversation that y'all need to have. Like, okay, well, I'll take it out some days and you take it out some days. Y'all might have to compromise on it. I just think as a man on certain stuff, it's the way your household should run. Me personally, I'm not gonna argue with no trash. It'll sit there. It will sit, because if I have the only way I'm taking out the trash is if life has been lifing. He is extremely busy. I'm not seeing him as much because summertime is coming. And it's just like he forgot, he's up, he gone, he been finna be gone, and I can't deal with them. Finna make sense to take that because I have too many boys in my house, so I'm just
Mm-hmm.
not gonna do it. But let's say
Cause
the kids
Santa
was
take it
little,
out and Maddox will put a bag in there.
yeah. But let's say they was like younger, because at the point that he was, I'm gonna just take it out. It's not no. Well, why you didn't take the trash out for you left? Well, clearly he busy. He trying to get out the door. I don't. That's a petty argument. I'm just not gonna have. It's just never that deep for me. Like I can do it, but if it becomes a habit, like you don't never take the trash out, like as a man, it's kind of like okay, well, not saying. And this goes into gender roles. You need to know if your relationship has a gender role. That's something y'all need to know. But if you're gonna communicate your needs, I think it's how you communicate it and not being afraid to communicate it. You might want to work on your delivery.
No, you not might. Nah, you need to
If
work on your delivery.
sometimes, because again, I can say it as nice as I want to, but if you perceive it to be I'm nagging, then that's just what it's gonna be. It doesn't matter how nicely I say it. You're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. It. Don't ask me no more. Okay, well, I asked you and I said when I needed it done. So now, if it's still not done, you're blatantly being disrespectful. So now you need to get over your mama issue. This is how I'm gonna feel. I don't have time for this. Like either you're gonna do it or you're not. And then men be like, well, she don't ask. Why? Because it works both ways. Women will say he doesn't listen when I ask him to do something. And men will say, well, she don't ask me to do nothing.
Nah, yeah, it's true.
And it's like you need to figure out why she over here being superwoman. Why
Yeah,
she
that
feel like she
comes back
can't
into
ask you for nothing.
communication stuff.
What have you done to make her feel like she's not gonna depend on you? Because if you're in a relationship with a woman who feels like she can't depend on you, you played a role in making her feel like she can't
Not all
depend
the
on you.
time.
If you have
Because
been in a
those be
long,
daddy issues, bro. Not all the time. Not all the time.
that's about long-term relationship.
Still not all the time. Women be having
You
long term
shouldn't. You
daddy
should.
issues
Then
too.
you should have cut that off a long time ago. That's still part of you
Like,
because you should have cut. If you saw that she was unavailable in that area and that is something that you required in a relationship, you should have cut that off or addressed that early on in a relationship.
true, but people be saying that they be blind. Like,
That's your problem. Like that is your problem. And for women, you need to figure out why you can't depend on him. What
yeah,
is it
that goes
about
back into
him
communication.
that you feel like? Because if your thing is, well, I don't want him to feel like I'm nagging him. Why would he feel like you're nagging? Is it your? That's why I asked him. Is it your delivery?
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes it can be our delivery.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be you using too many words.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of the times we're using too many words.
And some of the time,
Sometimes
dudes
we,
just gonna do it at their own pace to a certain extent.
yeah.
So that's
But
when
I
it
think
comes
if
back into
it,
communication.
yeah,
The main thing about the whole like trying to fix the whole if she nagging or if he nagging is communication. Like I think